Nerd Sports Podcast, where we talk history of the game, numbers and stats. And each week we highlight a charity that's doing good. If you haven't subscribed yet, then you should, because I'm this the real deal. And you know I gotta shout out the Buffalo Bills. Turn it up to the max, sit back and relax. This the Buffalo Nerd Sports Podcast. Let go.
Hey, what is up, Bills Mafia? Welcome into another episode of the Buffalo Nerd. This is going to be another Meet the Backers edition. We've been sprinkling these in throughout the year. You know, when I started this thing, I wanted to meet some of the other Bills fans around the country because obviously I'm in California. So it's cool to kind of see where everybody else kind of comes from and, what they're all about. So this week I got one of the trifecta of the presidents of the New Orleans Bills backers, Jason Kelly. So Jason, thanks for spending some time with me. Why don't you go say hello to everybody?
Hello, everyone out there and all the Bills fans out there. So excited to be on here with Colt. I'm a member of the Bills backers in New Orleans, and it's a great scene down there in New Orleans anytime we get together to watch a game. We've kind of had Carla Pasono and I have taken a leadership role recently and have become presidents as our former president had a lot of family obligations, and with the pandemic, our numbers kind of dwindled a little bit, but we're back now. So we kept the group together. So we're excited.
Yeah, very cool. And kind of been doing this just to kind of see when you guys all started it. So you're originally from the Buffalo area. So do you know officially when the New Orleans backers first started?
I think I've been in the Baton Rouge area, which is about an hour from New Orleans, for about 20 years. I believe the Bills backers got started about 15 years ago in New Orleans. And I remember 8 years ago when the Bills came to town. They came to town, and this is back when the Bills weren't any good. And the fans came to town, and they go over Bourbon Street. It was a total Bills Mafia takeover. In the stands, there was at least 5,000 or 10,000 Bills fans.
That's awesome. So do we know why it kind of was originally started? Was there just a group there that was like, hey, we got to get some fans together?
Well, there was a group from Rochester that started it, and the guy owned a bar called Rick's, which was right down by the Superdome. And so it started with a small group of about 10 guys, and then just grew from there. And then Rick's, the owner of Rick's, had to go out of business because his landlord raised the lease, the rent so high. And so then the group moved around a little bit. We went to the Warehouse Grill, then the Ugly Dog Saloon, and now we're at our current home, which we've been for about a good 3 years, Fat Harry's, which we absolutely love because the wings are amazing. I mean, these wings are right on point. I had 3 friends from Canisius High School that I went to high school with in Buffalo. They came down and they said, Jason, these wings are for real.
That's awesome. So I like the breakdown of that too, Jason. That's cool. I'm glad you've been around for so much of it because it's cool to kind of see it. Because a lot of times, the groups have had to move around, especially during the pandemic. Actually, like you mentioned, trying to even survive through that is pretty cool. So how many members are you guys kind of officially at right now?
Well, that's a good question. So we have a private room in Fat Harry's, and the private room we're outgrowing. It seats about 40-ish if we're packed in there. But then outside is the main bar area, and we're taking over that area too with a good 30 people. So on any given day, we have around 70 people. And that's me hand counting everyone too. So I know there's a lot of people there because we sold 45 T-shirts last week.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. So
yeah, Bills. We have a good New Orleans Bills backers shirt that everyone loves.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure if we've got a link to it, or if you guys are selling them or whatever, we'll have to put it in the show notes and stuff so we can shoot it out to everybody so they can check them out.
Sure.
But yeah, that's very cool. And obviously I think it's, the numbers are growing because everybody's so excited. Everybody needed to get out, after being locked up. So that's very cool. And it seems like this weekend you guys really have only got the team every 4 years. I went back and kind of looked at it, and it's literally, sometimes it works out differently, but it's really it's only been every 4 years for New Orleans. And like we kind of talked offline, it's kind of like roulette this year that you got like a Thanksgiving game in your
Mm-hmm.
backyard. That's like,
Right.
and it only happens every 4 years, and it's on Thanksgiving. And this is consecutive years now of the Bills, getting to play on Thanksgiving. So it's becoming a,
Right.
a trend. But this is history, right? It's gonna be the first time it's ever happened.
Right, exactly. And we went ahead and whipped Dallas's butt last year on Thanksgiving Day on national TV. And this year, boy, this game is huge, especially for all of us Bills backers in the New Orleans area. We don't want to have to wait 4 years to have to play the Saints again. And if we lose,
Yeah.
if we win, it'd be great. But, we should be able to take care of business, I think, against the Saints, and we're all excited about the game. We've organized a second line parade that's going to start Wednesday at 3:30, and that is going to be at Ryan's Irish Pub on the corner of Decatur and Bienville. Okay, so you can join in the Bills parade. It's a Bills Mafia parade. We've got all the permits from the city. We've got the police lined up. We're going to do our parade. And then it's going to finish at this place called Barcadia, that's in the warehouse district. And we're going to have a huge block party there from about 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
So it sounds like New Orleans is probably trying to do it up like New Orleans style.
Right, exactly. We got a good jazz band planned and everything.
Very cool. So you're gonna get the true authentic kind of New Orleans vibe, but it's gonna be all red, white, and blue in Labatt, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Very cool. So that's awesome. So as you guys have kind of like found your home here, it seems like is this you've got your three presidents are getting all back together and everything like that, and so the New Orleans backers are doing awesome. The team's doing awesome. What's kind of been your thoughts of the season so far, Jason?
Well, I'm so excited for the season. I know this could be a historic run, and we're all sitting on the edge of our seats to see how it finishes. Of course, last year we made the AFC Championship game, and logically, everyone knows what the next step is. So we'll see what happens. I hate to mention the word, but it could happen. And that would result in probably the biggest parade that the city of Buffalo has ever seen. And I want to be at that parade.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty incredible, and I mean it's a long road ahead of us still yet, and this is the NFL, and you look at the paper and a lot of the teams we're playing, you feel like we should be the better team and we should have success this season, but you do have things like going into New Orleans is tough, no matter what team is there. There's a good football team there right now. The Bills have lost 5 straight against New Orleans, so it's that was Drew Brees era, so we're not playing Drew Brees this time around. So it's going to be an exciting
Right.
time to kind of keep going through the rest of the season, and hopefully everybody stays healthy. We've had a couple nicks here and there, with some guys, but so besides you guys doing the kind of big parade for that weekend, would you guys do anything like kind of crazy on the weekends on the regular?
We sing the shout the shout song as loud as anybody after every touchdown. I think the Saints fans that are there also at Fat Harry's can't believe how loud and excited we get in cheering for our team. So we have a lot of fun with it, on Sundays, that's for
And how
sure.
did the connection to Fat Harry's happen? Is there a Bills fan in them, or is he just a good business guy and understands who's going to show up and watch their team?
Well, it kind of happened. We had a contact from the old Rick's bar that I had told you about, the guy from
Hmm.
Rochester, and he had a contact. He's in the service industry, so he connected us, and it's been a great setup for us. We really like Fat
Yeah.
Harry's.
And so, what are you guys going to be doing? Because you're going to be doing. You said that's happening on Friday, the parade and stuff, or is that Saturday?
The parade is Wednesday. The
Oh, yeah, that's
game's
right.
Thursday,
Thanksgiving.
so it's going to be the game the day before
Okay,
the
so you guys are
game.
going to be partying all and
Yeah, and then
then
the block party.
tailgating, obviously prior.
Well, on Thursday, there's a huge tailgate party put together by the Fans of Buffalo, which is a group run by William Bradley. And William Bradley is chartering 2 planes from Buffalo, and they're flying down. And he's organizing this massive tailgate party, Superdome. And so if you Google fans of Buffalo or William Bradley, you can get involved with that. And that's the tailgate that I'm going to. Carla and I will be there to meet everybody. And so we're partnering with them, the fans of Buffalo, for this game day
Yeah, I mean
tailgate.
that's kind of cool. I think one of the pieces that's kind of like overlooked a little bit is like when you guys do get all the fans to come into your hometown, right? You like get to hang out with everybody in your backyard and kind of like show everybody around and have fun, you know. And it's like, man, everywhere you look, it's red, white, and blue. Even though you're kind of used to it on game day because you hang out with Bills fans, but it's like it's like a madhouse, you know. It's wild, and especially with
Right.
Thanksgiving weekend, I can't imagine that Bourbon Street is safe. Like I just something tells me it's going to be nuts.
It will be. On a regular weekday, a Wednesday or Thursday night, Bourbon Street is nuts. But I'll tell you, with Bills fans around, I could envision broken tables everywhere on
Yeah, it's going
Bourbon
to be a lot of
Street.
fun. Well, thanks a lot, Jason, for coming on and hanging out with me a little bit here and just kind of, teaching me up on, what's going down there in New Orleans at the Backer area and everything. It's cool to find out, if you can, like when everything kind of started and why it started, is it just that one guy that moved out of town and he was like, I got to do it. And he randomly met this other guy that was a Bills fan because it happens all day, every day. I drive down the street here and was rolling down a random street and I looked up and there was a Mafia flag hanging in a window. So it was like we're
Mhm.
everywhere. So it's very cool. Any last things that you want to shout out before we get out of here?
One last thing, super important. Go
Absolutely. And that's the
Bills.
way we like to do it at the end of every week. So thanks a lot, guys, for listening in. Make sure you guys are following along with everything that I'm up to over at the Buffalo Nerd and over at buffalowdown.com. You can check out what Aaron and all those guys are up to covering the team that we all love, each and every week. So, of course, go Bills.
You just listen to the Buffalo Nerd Sports Podcast. Make sure you leave a review and subscribe so you never miss another episode. We'll see you next time. Leg out!